Alright guys, this is Javasa. We back with another one here. I'm playing 2nd UK. It's one of the S tier divisions in the game right now, and you guys already know why. This combo right here, I start with 4 SAS and 4 Foxes. My goal is to push past the line of contention and get right into his zone, since him playing as 27th, he doesn't really have any good forward deploy. So my SAS is going to deploy here. My Foxes and Saxons will move around flanking. Over here on the left side, I have 2 warriors that will take the middle. The far left, I have 2 foxes that will kill whatever they have there. Typically on this side of the map, people have like 1 recon and a CV. Foxes will destroy that immediately. And I have 1 SAS that's posted up beside the building, so he feels like I have nothing here, he'll move in and my AT4s can put in work. I also have some Gazelle rockets on standby. Over here at my opponent's side, looks like he started out with 2 Spetsnaz. I recommend you guys do not use them. They're definitely bait. Definitely bait. They're about 100 points. Yeah, 75 plus 35. It's not worth it in my book compared to the other 4 deploy units that people can get. BRDM2 and BRM1. Going to Fox. Going to Brav. There's 1 Igla. Down here, what we got? Yeah, so I could see a start. Someone's been watching X Nihilio. That's okay. 2 BMP3s. We have 2 mortars, Strela 10, Metis, and an RPO. So I should delete this start. I also have Jaguar HEs and Tornadoes on standby, because that's what every British division does. We're gonna speed this up just so we get to the line of contention. So he gets there before me. Well, it looks like that does not matter. In there immediately. Fox overcommits, gets slapped immediately. So rockets cannot quite get an angle. That's a lot of bullets for that. Looks like I do stop his approach for a second. Strela 3 is not missing. Jaguar cluster is inbound. I see his BMP3. That is what I'm going for. I feel like the BMP3s at this point are my biggest threat. I take those out and this push is basically nullified. He buys a BV immediately. Over here, my Foxes wreaking havoc. I ended up routing his BRM1, and we're good. His contingent here died to my little ambush I set up. He's not in the middle at all. Buy another cluster immediately to kill the next BMP3. And that is what I do. Both clusters are now out of the fight and reloading as a BV comes up. Looking at this here, he still has more firepower than me, right? Let's be real. I have carbines and stingers, so I really can just keep them from pushing with infantry and helos. But these BTR 80s are really good. He still has a BV. He has mortars and arty constantly ringing, and he's bringing up some BMP 2s. So I'm actually in a bad position right here on the middle side of the map. Although I do have warriors that I'm deciding to move over to the middle. I buy a Chally immediately because I see the BV. Changing my pathway there so I don't get sniped by the BV. Here we're moving back. We're trying to sit just behind it. We're not trying to give up much territory, but enough to keep the oh my lord, enough to keep the vehicles out of the way. See this Metis here? Decide to run him down. He notices. He pushes BV over to kill my warrior, which is a good move. Now my arm rifles will surely just die to the BTR 80. He has a MiG-29 loitering because he already knows. That's what I do. I buy hell arms just to keep his vehicles from pushing too far up while I recommit my lines. Arm rifles are pushing up here just as a buffer zone. Guess he thinks I'm gonna just overcommit, so that's what he does there. Take this opportunity to cap every point on the map if I can. Only 2 damage? That's crazy. Hell arm with the ITO of 20. Oh, I have the wrong ones in my deck. That's tough. Little hell arm gets hit hard. We bug out. He has regained his lines. I'm not sure of who took the most losses. I feel like he took the most losses, but it doesn't really affect him too much just because of the sheer amount of firepower that he has versus me. Put my supply truck to try and hide it behind the building while I resupply my units. Back over here, I did notice his infantry pushing in, so I bugged out my CV. AT plane comes in, misses both rockets. Premature smoke. It's already gone. He's letting that arty ring constantly, kills my wombat. He's going for now. He's going for the supply that he can see. That is a very smart move. Whenever you can see supply trucks, definitely snipe them. Bringing in my air mobile pioneers. Is the new unit. They come with the Carl Gustav, one of my favorite ATs in this game. See this move order here is to suicide my Lynxes into the Shaylatin M3, so my actual attack helos have a little bit more time to be alive. Now has 4 left. What? I have 6 helos. Still not the odds I want. Rover Milan on the flank just in case he comes a little too far out. Should be able to kill that BMP-2 there. AT plane misses again and gets shot down by Rapier FSA. Back over here, he has a large contingent. Very large contingent now. He can easily push out that whole side. Looks like I have not been trading the best. He's now in the zone over here. Bring Jag cluster in immediately. See if I can get the... And I do! Get the Shrela and the BV at the same time. We bug out of there immediately. Now has a rocket plane loitering. I have another cluster bomber inbound just in case I miss that. Back over here, we're of course going to be pushed out. But as long as my jets are still up, this game is still up. Little battery does nothing. I just move out the way, reposition. I believe you can see that new spot as well. Doesn't really matter. At this point though, I'm in a bad spot because I do not have recon at all. He has recon on every single front. I do not have any recon. See the difference here? He can see all my stuff moving in, and I can see nothing. Very, very bad, especially because he has a unit literally right here. Right here. He can see my whole bowl here. Cluster bomber doesn't get its bombs off. Nope. Looks like I might have ran out of fuel. Yep, run out of fuel before I can hit a target. This supply. Try and run down this BMP-2. It's like it just doesn't work. Kill the CV. Milan dies. This game has now changed drastically. Like, I don't have recon, he just moves that motor shotgun right in, marks all of my warriors. Tragedy. Over here, I commit to the M48 and Fox spam here. In this zone, that is very good. As you can see, there's no real long line of sight. So any IFVs and tanks he has have to move in close with my M48s, and I should have the edge there. Running some helo sorties on the infantry I can see. We're starting our contingent back on the left side. He wisely moves the CV back out. Do I get it? I get it. Managed to get the kill off. It's now down, what, 3 CVs? He's down 3 CVs. I am down none at this point, but my infantry and IFV support is lackluster. As you see, I'm spitting out as much recon as I can just so I can see, so my bombers can actually do the work. On the left flank here, using my arm rifles as a screening force, so my warrior Milans can actually do something for once. Cluster comes in, goes for the BMP-2 Rezveka. That is more of a threat to me than the BMP-3, mainly because the BMP-2s, as you can see, has a Conquer. BMP-3s does not. Conquer is 20 pin. This right here is about 19, I believe, 18. Good HE bombing. We now have the edge somewhat again on this side. Rocket plane comes in, can't get enough kills, and it's down. Rocket planes in this patch are not good cast at all. There's not enough splash damage. Back over on the main front, he is pushing back in. And we're gonna let him. We're gonna let him take up that spot, and we're gonna use our M48s again. Wombats are coming up to re-secure the line, so my SAS have some staying power. AT plane comes in and kills my Charlie, but immediately dies. We're now back in over here. He is yet to try to approach the middle. I believe if he just went for the middle, it would have been a totally different game. I would have been spread too thin. But he was committed to these two zones. This zone and this zone. Cluster comes in, does some nice damage on the infantry, kills the BMP-3 and BMP-1 leader. He is now down 4 CVs. And I believe he's down like, what, 4 planes? 4 or 5 planes? It's definitely that now. I would say his air tab is gone at this point. His command vehicle tab is about gone. Don't think he has any more. He has a BVK coming in. Air tab's gone. Command tab is gone, but he still has a larger military presence than me. Which, if he just pushes up, it could actually do something, and that looks like what he is doing now. Still a bit timid. I guess he thinks I have a lot of stuff. Akasai back there is very annoying. But so are my planes. Over here, try to move a scout over so I can see before I push my Charlie up into ACGMs. Hit the little CV behind the building just in case. He has Conkers. Looks like he mainly just committed to the BMP-3s a little too much. Which I understand, it's a very good vehicle. Our mobile scouts gets to its point. That BRDM2 is just tearing me up. But at this point, I've been ticking at least a +2 on him the whole game. Therefore, this game is over. HE bomb comes in, murks the rest of the infantry I saw there. He's moving a BVK and also BV and a BMP2 into the zone. Right where my M48 mass comes in. As you can see, I have more than enough to handle that. But I do have cluster bombers that are still alive, gentlemen. Charlie over here is ringing. Decide to bug it out before he brings in another AT plane. Cluster comes in. Loses LOS, turns back around. In my favor, I would say. Reline it up. Looks like he puts both of his BVs right next to each other. He sees my M48s coming, so he pushes his BVs right next to each other. And I almost get both kills off of that cluster strike. That BV is now gone. Jaeger comes back in to re-secure the lines that was once fought over. And this game has tragically turned to an L for our friend zip code. He does not have the command vehicles or the fire support to really get me back out. He just doesn't have the AA for some reason. This tour barely did anything. His Strela 10M3s did very good, but unfortunately the Jaguar and Tornado combo is just a little too much to handle, and that is game, my friends. Pretty even match. Did it have to be even? Probably not. Zakasai is really good. I would say that almost paid itself off. Almost paid itself off. Conquers 3 did good. All his ATGM and infantry did very well. Just didn't have the staying power. Mainly because the planes I use are broken. Thank you for watching.